Hi, this video is for false lash application, and it's going to start at the beginning. Upon arriving to work, I need to prepare my workstation. So the first thing that I'm going to do is wash my hands. I'm going to turn the sink on, I'm going to wet my hands, I'm going to place a coin-size liquid hand soap in my hands. And I'm going to wash my palms together down to the wrist. I'm going to wash the back of my hands down to the wrist. I'm going to wash my fingers. I'm going to wash the back of my fingers. I'm going to wash my fingertips between my fingers. I'm going to wash between my fingers and my thumbs. I'm going to wash my thumbs, wrists, and I'm going to do all of that for 20 to 30 seconds. And then I will rinse thoroughly underneath the sink. Once I have a proper rinse, I'm going to find a clean towel or disposable paper towel, and I am going to turn the water off, completely dry my hands, toss the paper towels in the trash. When I'm finished with that, I'm going to grab my hand sanitizer and sanitize. And once I'm sanitized, I am going to prepare my workstation, and this is before the client arrives. So to do that, what I need to do is disinfect my workstation, bed, and equipment using a disinfectant wipe, following manufacturer's instructions. I'm going to dispense products needed for the service. I will prepare disposable portion cups for each product with a portion of the product by opening the top of the container and ensuring the tip of the nozzle does not come into contact with the disposable portion cup or tray, or remove the product with a disinfected or clean single-use spatula. Close the lid to the product and set the portion cup or tray on the tray. Then I'll place the disposable table paper on the disinfected bed. And once my room is set up, and I'm going to show you my tray that's already prepared, I have my makeup remover, my cotton squares, I've got tweezers and scissors, disposable makeup wand, I've got gloves, lashes, lash glue, Q-tips. Of course, I have tissue or towels at access. I have my bed ready. I just need to meet with my client and have a client consultation. So of course, when I go and meet my client, I'm going to go with clean hands. I'm going to wash them again in a minute, but just so you know, when my client arrives, my hands are already clean. And I greet my client and escort them to the work area. I assess the client's current style, determine the client's preferences, assess the client's needs, assess the client's skin by performing a skin analysis to ensure that there is no inflamed, infected, broken, raised, or swollen skin in the area to be worked on, or an open wound or sore in the area to be worked on, infection or infestation to prevent from safely performing the service. And I'm going to turn the music down. Sorry, just 1 second. And then I am going to assess the client's consultation form for any medications and products used within the last 72 hours, consult on any known allergies. I will consult with the client on any facial surgeries within the last 3 months, and if the client is under physician's care, I'll assess if the client is prone to cold sores or fever blisters. I'll assess if the client has used exfoliating or lightening agents within the last 72 hours, like alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, hydroquinone, etc. I'm going to assess facial injections within the last 3 weeks, like Botox or hyaluronic fillers. And if the client is free from the above, we can move forward with the procedure, which she is. So I'm going to get my client comfortable and ready, and then I'm going to wash my hands again. So I need to escort them to where, if they need to disrobe for the service, they do not for this one. I'm going to help the client on the bed. I'm going to make sure she has a nice drape so that her clothes and everything are covered up before we apply her lashes. She's comfortable, and now it's time for us to wash our hands. So we are going to wet our hands with water and a coin size of liquid hand soap. We're going to wash our palms together down to the wrists. We are going to wash our back of our hands down to the wrist. We're going to wash our fingers, and we're going to wash the backs of our fingers. We're going to wash our fingertips and nails. We're going to wash between our fingertips, between our fingers and our thumbs. We're going to wash our thumbs, the wrists, of course, all of this interlocking and cleansing, a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds, and then we'll rinse thoroughly under the water. We will find a disposable paper towel or clean towel, and turn that water off, then dry everything off thoroughly. You will discard the disposable paper towels, and we will find our hand sanitizer, 70% ethyl alcohol, and we are going to sanitize our hands. And you're going to want to make sure you get really dry because you've got to put gloves on to perform this service. So once your hands are dry, you're going to put on your disposable gloves. And once your gloves are on, you'll be ready to perform the service. So you're going to go to your client with your tray, who's right here, and you're ready, and you're going to remove any makeup that she has on currently. So I'm just going to get these cotton rounds ready, and we are going to apply them to her eyelid. And we're going to make sure that we get her nice and clean. It might take more than one time. Just make sure you just get it all off. I'm just going to make sure she's good and dry here. Which she really is. She's good. And then I'm going to take my disposable wand, and I'm going to comb through her lashes. And then we're going to find our lashes. And the first thing we want to do is measure, and there actually is a right side and a left side. You want to find the shortest side of your lashes, and that would be going to the inner corner of the nose when you apply that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to do a simple measure. I'm not going to put any glue on. I'm just going to hold it up to the lash line and measure from corner to corner and see if there's any excess that needs to be trimmed off. And really what's great is that this particular gal is pretty close to that size. So just for sake, I'm going to show you what I would do if it was a little bit too long. So you always want to take the longer end, not the shorter end that goes in towards the nose, but the longer end, the outer corner end, and that's where you're going to want to trim off any extra. So you measure that with your fingers, and then you cut on top of your fingers so you don't cut too short and cut it down before you apply any glue. Then we're going to turn it over to the back side, and we're going to apply our lash glue along the strip of lashes. And I just try to be as even with it as I can when I apply it, and I am just taking my time. So again, I'm also going to go from corner to corner. And I try to do like a nice little thin layer, but enough that it's going to stick. Not too much, not too little. Then I'll find my tweezers, because I'm going to hold the lashes that have the glue on them with my tweezers in order to lay them nice and tight close to the lash line. And you see I'm bracing with my pinky finger. I'm going to apply it directly to the lash, and I'm actually going to want to press on the inside first and then work my way out. And you may want to wait a good, there's a little bit of extra glue right here, I'm just wiping away, 4 or 5 seconds and let it really stick. before moving on to the next lash. And we'll do the same process over there. So we're going to measure first. Without applying any glue, I'm going to take it in corner to corner. And we're going to just, for the video's sake, pretend like it's a little bit too long. And so on the outer corner is where I'm going to hold and trim. So I'm going to take that excess that I've held with my fingers, just like the other side, and then I'm going to take my small scissors and I'm going to trim the off the top above my fingers so I don't make it too short before I turn it over to the back side to apply the lash glue along the edge. Just taking my time, taking my time. And then I grab my scissors, I grab my tweezers, putting the skinny side in towards her nose, and that's really where you want to press down first, is on the inner corner, not the outer corner. So I'm gonna lay and press the inner corner, and then I'm just going along the lash line to the outer corner. Really, that needs to be done here. There we go. Looks amazing. So pretty with her lashes on. And once again, we want to wait that good 4 to 5 seconds. Get it good and dry. Make sure they're actually done. And then it's time for you to remove your gloves, toss them in the trash. And you can take a second to show your client who's gonna love them. Just had to get my little hand here so I can show my client. Who is gonna be like, wow, look at those lashes. They look amazing. And we will do what will happen to finish this appointment. So she loves her lashes. So this is the point where you're going to discuss, you're going to let her kind of, we'll take the drape off, keep all the dirty linens. We'll talk about how we break down the room, but we're going to discuss any kind of aftercare maintenance. With these, they're individual use kind of strip lash, so you just kind of talk to her about that how she's going to take them off if she wants to reuse them, what she needs in order to be able to do that, and how to apply them. And then you can check her out kind of and send her on her way. We would place any implements that we used in a closed container to be labeled disinfected. Any single-use items like the mascara wand or what we used to apply the glue, they would all be trashed. We would place all of the cape, the towels, anything that we use like that into a closed container until laundered. And then we're going to identify proper cleaning agent because we have to finish cleaning up our room for our next client. So you have to read the manufacturer's directions, follow the manufacturer's directions for mixing and usage. We'll wipe down our workstation and area with cleaning solution to remove debris, identify disinfectant that is bactericidal, virucidal, fungicidal, EPA approved for use in a salon setting. We will follow manufacturer's directions for mixing and or using the appropriate aerosol disinfectant. We will disinfect electrical equipment and store it in the area separate from other implements. We remove our gloves, and then it's time to wash our hands. So we need to wet our hands underneath the water. We're going to add that liquid hand soap. Wash your palms down to your wrist. Wash the back of your hands down to your wrist. Wash your fingers. Wash the backs of your fingers. Wash your fingertips and nails. Wash between your fingers. Wash between your fingers and your thumbs. Wash your thumbs. Wash your wrist. When you feel like you've done all of that for 20 or 30 seconds really well, you can rinse everything thoroughly. And then identify either a clean towel or disposable paper towels. Grab that to turn the water off. Completely dry your hands off. Toss that in the trash when everything's nice and dry. Find that hand sanitizer, 70% methyl alcohol, and go ahead and sanitize those hands up. And you are ready to move on to your next service. So this concludes your lash application video, first lash application, artificial lash evaluation video.